Welcome back, everyone. Today, we are talking about what was my fourth most anticipated movie of the month, The Boogeyman.
I think it's been around forever.
The Boogeyman is really just your run-of-the-mill horror film. It does really nothing spectacular, but it also, in my opinion, doesn't do anything terrible. The issue is that for like the first 20 to 30 minutes of the film, there was this one person in my theater who I think was on this incredibly bad trip. And she was just being extremely loud and extremely obnoxious, and it really just pulled me out of the movie. So I can't comment too much on the start of this movie in specifics. I was able to take it in, but I wasn't just able to look at it from this super analytical lens because I was being pulled out of it by this extremely obnoxious audience member. The acting in this movie is pretty subpar for movies of this genre and just not really worth talking about. Aside from Sophie Thatcher and Vivian Lara Blair, Thatcher plays the main female antagonist while Blair plays the little girl in the film, and both of them I thought do a really good job, especially Blair. To me, Blair was the absolute standout of the film. She was great, and I hope we see her in more. Another thing about this film is that it just starts to dip in quality, in my opinion, towards the second half of it, as they just keep adding all these different plot threads, and it gives you so much more to focus on, when really I think a film like this would just benefit from being a really simple plot of monster bad, family good, family tries stopping monster. But they include these other plot threads and these other characters that just were completely unnecessary. But with these other characters, what I do wish happened was that if they really needed to include them, if that was just a necessity, that they were at least self-aware about it. They create these characters that are so hateable. These characters where I just see them and I'm looking at them in disgust. And I wish the monster kills these people, but it doesn't. And that was such an opportunity where I probably would have liked this film a lot more if those people just died. But they don't die. They just walk away and you never see them again. And it's just like, why are they in this film? You could have used them as people to pretty much throw at this monster and show how powerful it really is, just to make it even more threatening for the end of the movie. But honestly, to this movie's credit, I was on the edge of my seat for most of the time. I really didn't know if characters were going to die or not, because this isn't the kind of movie where you know if there's going to be a sequel. You don't know if this is a standoff or if they're trying to make a franchise out of it, and I think that works to its benefit. But I think that that's part of it, just the idea that it's a standalone horror film and it's not necessarily anything that the actors or the director or anyone did. That's just the feeling it gives. Also, the CGI on the monster is passable. It's not great by any means, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely passable and it works for the movie. I've also heard some complaints about how this movie mostly takes place in the dark, but I thought they did a pretty good job at filming in the dark and showing everything that needed to be shown. I don't think I ever missed out on anything because the frame was too dark. All in all, this was just a decent horror film and I give it 3 stars. But what about you guys? Do you plan on watching The Boogeyman? Have you already seen it? Do you agree with me or disagree? I want to hear all of your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and if you would like to watch another video, feel free to check out this review of Across the Spider-Verse right now.